I started a monthly series where we explore one big idea through film, art, and literature. Welcome to the ISA Thought Club. The theme for January is the courage to change, and the fiction book I chose is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. This book really isn't about self-help or transformation. It's about the quiet, often painful space you are in before change happens. The protagonist, Esther Greenwood, seems to have everything: intellect, ambition, talent, and opportunities. So on the surface, she's succeeding. But internally, she starts to feel disconnected, trapped, and almost paralyzed. She struggles to imagine a future she actually wants, weighed down by expectations, fear, and the pressure to become everything at once. One of the most important images in the book is the fig tree. Each fig on that tree represents a different future: career, love, family, creativity, freedom. Choosing one means losing the others, and Esther freezes, wanting all possibilities at once. The fig tree captures the weight of choice, not weakness, but the emotional cost of imagining everything you might lose. As pressure builds, Esther's inner world collapses. She feels trapped in her own mind, distant, disoriented, and almost airless. She says herself that she's trapped in a bell jar. The bell jar is a metaphor for depression and paralysis, separating her from the world and making support, love, and care feel unreachable. Inside the bell jar, she sees her opportunities, but she can't reach them, and her voice, energy, and ambition feel muted. Eventually, Esther's mental state overwhelms her. She's hospitalized and begins the slow and difficult path to recovery. I think what's important here is the context. This is not a story of tragedy or drama. Esther ends up in the ward because of accumulated pressure, internalized expectations, and the impossibility of sustaining a life that doesn't fit her. The bell jar doesn't magically lift when she is hospitalized. Recovery is uneven, fragile, and volatile, just like real-life change. So the bell jar really isn't about transformation. It's about this awkward space between who you were and who you might become. Courage here doesn't mean action or productivity. It's noticing that something has to shift, even when the path forward is unclear, difficult, and very dark. It's about surviving the pause, the wait, the uncertainty, until change becomes possible. Reading The Bell Jar reminded me that change is not always glamorous or decisive. Sometimes it begins with paralysis, sometimes it begins with collapse. And sometimes the bravest thing we can do is to acknowledge that the life we're currently living is no longer